Hi, and welcome in another video, which this time will be a little different, because it's my first attempt to 3D printing, or designing things for 3D printing. And today I will build the Xbox Series S, fume extractor. So all files you can find on Thingiverse, and there are a few modifications between my version and this included in files, because I found some things that have to be changed to get it better and easier to assembly. So most of these parts are as you will see in Thingiverse files, but for example this electronics board, in files you will find it without any holes, because it will be holes locations will be different if you will use for example different relay module or something like this. So you will have just to put holes where you need them. And I will have to say also that your printer will hate you for printing that holes, which, as you can see, there's a lot of them. Most of these parts are printed with 0.16 millimeter, and this, for example, this fan cover have 0.2 layers, but when there's, because it's not flat, it have little curve there, and with Cura you can set, oh my god, I don't remember the name of this function, but it will change the layer height depending on its adaptive layers. Yeah, so it's changing layer height to have better finish. So most of this is printed with 0.2, but the curve part is 0.8, I think, 0.08. So you will need only two colors of filament, black and white, and there's some more smaller parts. Like the power button, or that electronics frames, ports frames. So Be prepared to long printing time, but it's of course depending on your printer possibilities. But for example, the biggest part of the main body took about 16 hours. The rest of them about 12, 10 each, so it will be a few days of printing. And I'm using here this frames for ports. But I will include covers for the back ports there. If you will use, if you won't use the actual components there, but I'm using the real, for example, USB socket. So it will look more realistic, but of course you don't have to, so I will include also the just full covers for these ports. So I think it's time to start assembling, which I hope will go well, because I'm not 100% sure that everything will fit inside. And of course, if I will find some errors, I will correct them before putting files on Thingiverse. And there's also one part which will be different in files. It's this speaker adapter, because I'm using this random speaker, but you may find different size. So all you will have to do is just make a hole inside there with correct size for your speaker. So this part don't have holder, because this part have bigger hole, so it will be easy to adapt this for your needs. And what else? I also have all electronics prepared with all jumper wires. So I'm not gonna show how to wire this, because I will include the schematic. And maybe if somebody will create nice PCB for this, I will also include this in files. But my PCB looks a little messy, so I'm not even trying to show how to wire it. You have the breadboard file, and I think it's best to do it using that. And also you will need a DF player mini. It's very cheap MP3 player which can be controlled with serial from Arduino. But as I found, it can be also controlled by connecting pins with resistors, so it can work standalone. It's using a micro SD card. I have very high capacity, 128 megabytes, which was, I think, included with the my 3D printer, or the main board which I replaced there. I'm also using 2-channel relay module. It's also very cheap. So all the electronics, it's also a Arduino Nano clone. So all these electronics costs about $2-3 each. And I have also this power supply. It's 12 volt 2 amps, and I just took it from the LED socket type power supply. Just use screwdriver and you will get the inside of it. And for this I also have 3D printed small box to make it more safety. And this box isn't included also in files, because it will depend on what power supply you will use. It's made strictly for that one, with not too big tolerance in dimensions. So I think there's no reason to include this, because it will fit only this power supply. Also I have already connected the micro switches to the cables, so it will be faster in video to show everything without doing this DuPont connectors and soldering switches or other things. There's one thing I will have to connect, no, two things. The fan speed LED and speaker wires, because they will go through this speaker cover with cables running through these two tiny holes, which are drilled. And I think that's everything for intro. So let's start assembling. You will also need some super glue and hot glue. I'm not sure. Is it the right name for this? So let's start. With making this mine body. So I have there, I think it's holes are for 3mm screws, but as I don't have long enough 3mm, I drilled them to 4mm. And as I print this with let me check. Three layers. 3 or 4. It's safe to drill it without losing the strength. There's one thing which I did already, and I put there the threaded inserts, because I had to check is it possible to put it together. And there's also a very small hole which have to be drilled, and I used the 0.8mm drill bit, and you will also have to drill the hole in this LED holder. Okay, I think it will need a second layer after a few minutes, so I'm gonna leave this for now. And maybe I will start making this ports. Okay, and now I can install this sync button, which in this case will be fan speed button. And now I can position this switch now I can assemble the LED holder, and it's a standard 5mm LED, which going inside there, and there's a back cover because I don't want to have hole inside glowing. That's why that's why I'm using this back cover as well. And now I can connect the wires. Okay, so that's all soldering. shrink this nicely and I can glue it in place. I painted 3 more times and I think it looks nice. So now I can put LEDs inside that switch, and I'm using 2 small, I'm not sure about what size is it, but it will also fit this most common 50-50, yeah. And as I don't have that one, I used 2 smaller one. And there's cut out for LEDs and cable. And on top there's another printed part to close it and hold them in place, and also to block the lights going back. Power button is ready, so now I can put it inside. Yeah, it's working good. So now I can install this switch holder. Okay, so now that's how it's mounted. And now I will let it dry. And and I will go back to this. Okay, so while I'm waiting, I will glue the speaker adapter. in place. Okay, so I have one more USB to install, and that one is front one, which will actually have power connected. I will it should go that way. It looks like this hole was little smaller. Okay, so now I can go back to this speaker. I think it will. Hold enough. So now I can glue this cover. Okay, I just found that SD in my camera was full. About 10 minutes of my work wasn't recorded, so I just glue this power switch in place, and I put this power supply inside this cover, and I think that's everything what I did in that time. And now I'm going to install this activated carbon filter, and you can buy this in on internet in the form of this big sheets, so you can cut what size you need. I'm using 3 layers of this, and it have to be put. You have to put it inside there. And there's little part to hold it in place. And it should go like this. So what next? Next, I think I will put the rest of electronics . So as I told before, I made some holes to fit parts that I'm using, and to hold them in place I'm using standard PC motherboard stands. Messy board there. If somebody can make the PCB project for this and want share it with other, let me know. I will also put this in with REST files and also with credits. Okay, so now I can install this player. And the Arduino, and as I don't have a long enough board, I'm actually not connecting all pins, but I don't use them, so and code will be also included, but without sound files, because I'm not sure I can put them. But you can find them on internet, or if you have Xbox, you can record them as I did. Start and power on and power off sound, and starting sound, not the power button, but the starting sound I found on Microsoft Twitter account. Next I will glue this converter board. This DC to DC converter. And I will put it there. And I just greened some support from this. It's just for printing without supports. So you can just cut some of this if you will use board like this and you will place it there. So now I can glue it with hot glue there. I think next I should put this power supply, and I want to put it somewhere there. With just a little drop of glue. Okay, so this board goes there, and I will use just a little bit of the hot glue just to hold it in place. That's the speaker cable, those going to the relay, and this is fan power supply. So now hardest part, connecting everything together, and I'm not sure what will happen, or maybe I don't have to, because I should have this photo somewhere on my PC also, if the sync working like it should. Okay, so that's everything connected, everything from this part of the case. Now I have to connect the other things, and we will see if I will be able to close this. Okay, so that's everything connected. Now I will check, is it possible to close it? I had to move this little more to the top, and I will also make one change in files. So I will move this connection more to the front, so there will be more space, and for example this box will it will be possible to put it there. And now I can go back to final assembly, and also this cables should be a little longer, but it's okay for now. Okay. And last part, fan cover. I forgot to prepare the covers for screws and the inserts for rubber inserts, which will hold it better. But I think it's time to connect it. So I have this nice white cable. And I think it's pretty good, because I can only feel the air going out from this side, which is the filter, and that's lowest speed. Now let's change it. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back on 1. I think I should change the volume a little lower, because now it's very loud. But let me check this USB port. So now I can have additional light when I'm doing something, but maybe not the cheap one, which can't hold own weight. Oh, maybe like this. So okay, that's it, and let me know if you want more videos like this. I will try to learn more about designing for 3D printing, and if you will build one for you, post your pictures or on Twitter or Instagram and tag me, so I will see them. And also maybe I will try to convert this for Raspberry Pi or something like this, or this Latte Panda, I think, mini PCs, because we have USBs, Ethernet and HDMI, so it's nice base for other projects. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button if you like this video, and see you in next video.